Special guest from the Woodbine Entertainment Group, fresh off the plane from Toronto, and it's Greg Gangle here from Woodbine, communications coordinator, TV commentator, handicapper, jack of all trades. Great to have you here, and I'm glad you made it on time.
Yeah, you know, for once my flight was early, Ken, so I was out of the airport at 5:30. My flight was supposed to go off at 4, arrive at 5:30, but glad to be here because it's a beautiful spot.
And your first visit to the Meadowlands, did you have any trouble finding it?
No, you know what? My girlfriend Anna did all the driving, so I didn't have to worry about that part. She kind of chauffeured me around, but it was a really nice experience. The first thing that I noticed as soon as we walked through the doors, there was 3 people there from the customer service department giving out handouts, coupons, and I'd learned how to bet and stuff like that. So it was a great first experience right off the bat.
Yeah, and on Thursdays, free programs as well, and it's free admission. And it's a welcome sign when you come in that front door. Customer service is king here at the new Meadowlands. You found that out right away. A former advertising manager at Harness Edge. I've got to say that I do miss some of your interviews from those days. And of course, you're still doing a lot of that at Woodbine, and you post those on the website, right?
Yeah, you know, talking about the Harness Edge, it was a great experience for me just because I was 19 or 20 years old and going to work for a top publication like that. I learned so much. I was under the guidance of Harold Howe, and he was the publisher, editor, and owner. And I was 19 or 20 years old going to Harrisburg and meeting the likes of John Campbell, Jimmy Takter, Ron Burke, the list goes on. So it was a pretty overwhelming experience. And 2008 was the year of Sun Beach Somewhere and Dewey Cheatham and Howe, so there's no better way to follow great horses around like that.
The new Meadowlands here, what's the reaction up there to the new Meadowlands?
Oh, it's you know what? There's been a couple of people who've been down here. I was talking to Bill O'Donnell. He was down here, I believe, for opening day, and he was just going on about you know what a great spot it is. And
I'm sorry, Bill who?
Bill O'Donnell, the magic.
Bill.
The Magic Man.
Bill O'Donnell.
Yes,
oh,
yes. He says hello by the way.
Is he a harness driver?
He used to be, or claims to be. I don't know. You'll have to ask him. But he was down here for opening day, and he was going on about how great the spot is, and that certainly be true because sometimes he's known to tell a couple lies.
Absolutely, and he told a few when he was here opening
right.
day. It was great to have him here. Tell us about your current activities at WEG. We see you on the in-house broadcast. What are you, 3 nights a week right now?
Yeah,
right?
We're racing 3 nights a week. I'm not necessarily on air 3 nights a
Okay.
week. Going to be covering for Mike Hamilton up here in a couple weeks shortly, but I'm more or less in the media communications department, speaking with trainers, drivers, owners, writing a lot of stories, providing content for our outlet publications, Stanbrook Canada, U.S. Trotting, the Harness Edge, not to mention you know, publications like the Toronto Star, the Global Mail. The list goes on. Anytime that we can promote something, we're going to do it.
And you also produced standardbred videos. You're kind of a pioneer in that, right? You had to learn from the ground up or from scratch anyway, working for Harold Howe and Harness Edge.
Yeah,
right?
he called me in his office one day and he said, "What do you know about video?" I said, "Nothing." And he threw a book at me and he said, "Well, you better go learn." So I spent about 2 months creating this database, learning how to shoot a video, do an interview, edit it, put it up on the website, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And I'm doing it right now at Woodbine, also doing yearling videos, stallion commercials. The list goes on. So it kind of seems like 24/7 in this business.
Greg, you're a real personable guy, a real approachable guy. What do you like most about the business? Is it the people, dealing with the people in the business?
You know what? I grew up on a small horse farm in southwestern Ontario, and for me, it was all about the animal. It's one of those things where you just kind of connect, and you know, I like to say I love the animal, but I love the people more. And when I go to work, when I get to go to work every day and talk to the drivers and you know, the connections, and more importantly, my bosses at Woodbine Entertainment Group, they're absolutely terrific people. And more importantly, my boss John Siscoes, I could work for him till I'm 90 years old because he's just a great person. It's a great organization, and when you're around good people, you love going to work.
Well, let's speak more about WEG or Woodbine right now, where the live action is. Tell us about some of the popular bets with the fans. I see you've got a 20-cent jackpot high five now.
Yep. High
fives is pretty popular at other tracks as well.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
You know, we adapted it from other tracks not too long ago, and what it is if there's a carryover, one single ticket, if you're the lucky person to cash that ticket, you get the entire jackpot. So if there's a carryover, you get it all. Otherwise, you just get the normal payouts. But more importantly, the pick 4 is by far the most dominant wager in the racing world, likely in thoroughbred as well. And I know that you guys got one here tonight. We do as well, and we have a $50,000 guarantee. We always exceed that every race night as well. So if you had to ask me what my favorite wager is, by far the pick 4.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a couple, as you know,
Yep.
one for 30 and one for 50.
Yep.
And they are the best bets in harness racing, in my opinion. Let's talk a little bit about Canada gold medal hockey, both the women and the men's. And I was watching. Mike Hamilton on Facebook said there was a line around the block at all the bars at 7 a.m. and
Yeah,
they weren't serving toast and jelly, were they? At
No,
7
you know,
a.m.,
he can't stay away from a bar at 7 a.m. No, I'm just kidding. But no, he was down at Real Sports Bar. It's one of the most popular establishments in Toronto. And he said there was roughly 2,000 people outside the bar at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then he went down to another bar, and there was 500 people. So I set my alarm. It was a Sunday. I woke up, I watched the game, and I'll tell you what a great experience.
And what about Toronto Mayor Rob Ford? I mean, he has made all the night talk shows, late night talk shows, and he's quite a popular character. Is he going to be reelected?
I'll tell you what, though.
Is he going to make it?
I think he's more popular than Justin Bieber, if you ask me, because
he's in Atlanta, I think.
Yeah, he's got
his bouncer got arrested, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, Mayor Ford's got a lot of people behind him, because anywhere you look, people are looking for his autograph, looking to get a photo with him. He's the Justin Bieber of Toronto, I guess.
Yeah. Now, we spoke about Woodbine. Mohawk is really where the action picks up in the summer. We've got great stakes action, and you do a lot of things outside, right? A lot of activities.
You know what? It's by far my most favorite track in the summertime. If anybody gets a chance to experience here at the Meadowlands, I really encourage you to check it out, just because it's the atmosphere. You're literally 5 feet from the horses. The paddock's right to the left. It's great customer service. We have the North America Cup there, number of terrific races, and I guess it's just the Mohawk summer track. I guess I can't really say it any better.
I know you can't get into this too much because it's very political, and the higher powers have the last say, and it's a very fluid situation, something happening just about every day. But we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of the cancellations of the Ontario Horse Racing Slots at Racetracks program. Yeah. But there is now an Ontario Horse Racing Partnership Plan. I believe it's a 5-year plan where they're going to inject $40 or $400 million into the industry, like an 8-track type of circuit.
Yeah, and I believe that's right? For all 3 breeds. And you know what the interesting thing is a couple years ago we had roughly $160 or $170 million to play with. Now we're down to 80. Yeah. But keep in mind, with that occurring, there's still a lot of opportunity in Ontario, and people will kind of fail to realize that, because our Sire Stakes program is just as rich now as it ever has been. It's at $16.7 million. Ontario Sire Stakes Gold divisions go for $40,000.
So they basically stayed at the same level, didn't
exactly,
they?
Yeah, it did. Last year was down a little bit, but now we're up a little bit because of our grassroots program. Last year kind of went for roughly $12,000 to $15,000, but that minimum point now is $18,000. There's a final for the grassroots. Grassroots is just the equivalent to the New York Excel Series. Final goes for $50,000, and our super final night, $250,000 for 8 divisions. So again, lots of opportunity.
It's great to see Ontario still strong. We need strong districts to have a strong industry. So it's great to see Ontario kind of regrouping and coming back after that, the initial devastation of that. Yeah. Greg, we could go on in here, but we've got Bob Hollywood Hayden standing in the wings, and you know he's a Hall of Famer. Did you know that?
Absolutely. You know what's funny?
We've got to let him in.
Yeah, we got to let him in. And Bill O'Donnell actually was telling me that he's only right 80% of the time.
Only 80%.
Only 80%.
That is a good percentage.
Yeah, he says he gets 4 out of 5, so that's pretty good. I hope his handicapping skills are good
and
tonight.
Frank Salive says hello.
Oh, does he? The Velvet Fog.
From Tobago.
From Tobago. That's
Greg
right.
Gangle right here from the WEG circuit. It's great to have him here. Enjoy your stay in the area. Best
Appreciate
of luck.
It. Thank you.
Greg Gangle here. Bob Hollywood Hayden in the wings as we tee up tonight's feature race up next.